As we delve deeper into the Premier League season, wins are still coming, the cracks are starting to show, and reality is beginning to test this Preston side. But somehow, we end up still sitting comfortably in ninth at the end of the episode, which is really, really good. Something that I'm quite pleased with. So let me show you how we get there. So this is a Carabao Cup tie against Manchester United for the third round. I don't think we've had any other opposition so far apart from Premier League sides. Although scratch that, we had Derby. So Derby, and then we've been given Manchester United now, which is a pretty tough test. If I can get a good cup run going, I think that'll help with the keeping the backups or the squad selected players happy, because they're the ones I'm picking for these matches. And O'Neill sets us for 2-0 up there. So yeah, that was a nice comfortable win for us against United, which progressed us into the fourth round cup tie, and I'll show you who we play later on. Because in this episode I'll be covering both October and November due to international breaks yet again, and it lasted for a month long, very long time. So I put some friendlies in, and we had limited matches between October and November then. But anyway, continuing on, we also play West Ham United back to the Premier League action. This is where the dream still continues, and I think it's quite vital for us to get these wins early on the board, because you could easily swing into form that you just lose in every game. So this reinstills me with confidence that we've got a strong team. We've brought players in, strengthened a side that won the championship nice and easy. So I am very happy with how we started, because that, like I say, instills me with confidence that we can do this. We can survive the first season, avoid those relegation, and start making ourselves a dominant side that goes into the realms of the Champions League or Europe, and we'll see if we can take Europe by storm as well. But first, let's not get ahead of ourselves. We've got to think about how we survive this Premier League turbulence, because you can easily have matches where you're just winning, and we've won quite a few now by comfortable goal margins. So my tactics still working as intended, and the abundance of goals shared across the team is great as well, because I play with a target forward up front who lays it off for the wingers, who seem to get quite a lot of goals. And then there's Peck as well in midfield, my midfield maestro, who seems to just thread balls through, ping them over the top. He's like an animal. He just literally finds space, plays the ball into it, and is also contributed to a lot of assists. And we were 3-0 winners over there at West Ham, which is great. Continuing that great run that we seem to have built in the Premier League. And like I say, we've got lots of decent players, I feel. Even at the back as well, we've kept a few clean sheets in that space, and then also let a few goals in. But that's going to happen, because I feel the Premier League is such a tough jump from the Championship. Championship teams, you've got a mixture of people coming from League One, people coming down from Premier League, and then obviously established Championship teams. Whereas Premier League is creme de la creme, isn't it? With everyone being able to spend absolute millions. There's been some transfers that have seeped into the realms of over 100 million. So we haven't got that kind of money, so we have to be frugal and have a look at people that are release clauses, or people on free or loans, options to buy. These are really testing my abilities as a manager, and again, like I say, it's been fun, because I've not played it this way before, which is great. So yeah, I feel that we've got a really good team that can only go in one direction, which is like up. So that's fantastic. So as I look towards January, because this is October, November, and we've got quite a hefty December in terms of fixtures, it's going to have a look at what players I can bring in to strengthen even further. January will be a very good month, I think, in terms of having a look at who I can bring in and help strengthen and develop this squad. But like you can see, it's not looking good for this side, and I feel we're going to be coming to our first defeat of the season, which isn't a bad thing. Yeah, we lost 2-0 against Brighton. It's not a bad thing at all. That's our first loss in the space of time that we've been playing in the Premier League so far. So Brighton are a really good side, so I do not mind at all. That's our first loss. What I want to do is not keep losing then, or building a run where you're just not winning. So the opposite to an unbeaten run, really. Do not want it, so that we're not winning. So the resilience, like I've seen before, the resilience in this team is absolutely superb. So hopefully we can bounce back with a win over a Spurs team that's near the top of the table on this save. So again, each Premier League game is just a test, and I think when we had a look at the predictions earlier in another episode, and there's a great goal by Tottenham. Can't fault that one at all. When we're looking at the predictions, we were the top 3 out of the promoted sides, and then Tottenham had beat us 1-0 as well. And then just to recap, Man United, West Ham wins, Brighton, Spurs, and then we had a friendly against Ipswich, and then I set up friendlies against Coventry, Galatasaray, as that 1 month international break came up. Then we've got Hull, Chelsea, Everton and Wrexham, and that's where I'm coming into saying, where we were 18th, we need to beat the likes of Hull and the likes of Wrexham, who were promoted with us. They are must-win games because they were predicted below us, and as you can see there, we're currently sitting 9th, which is absolutely fantastic at this moment in time. Hopefully we can keep around there, keep a nice comfortable point gap below the bottom 3, and win against Hull and Wrexham, who are coming up. So they are must-wins in my eyes, because they're the teams that are below us in terms of predictions. The other teams, if we win, draw, great. Not expecting to win all of the games, and as we've just seen, we've lost 2, which isn't as bad as I thought. To be honest, I honestly thought we were, as soon as you jump into the Premier League, I feel you're always going to get pounced on, but we've gone toe to toe with some teams, so we're looking good at the end of October, and then we come into November, and like I say, Hull, the other promoted team, we need to take it to them. We need to absolutely smash them and not let them have an inch of the ball or get any goals, because that's what we don't want to do. They've spent quite well over the summer. They lost Charlie Hughes to ourselves, and then I think they bought some decent players, and they've already had decent players like Ollie McBurney, even reminded me there why he was a good Championship striker and a Premier League striker all in one, and putting Hull 1-0 up, which is not the greatest of starts. And at this point I was using a change in the tactics in terms of like putting balance on or going extra attacking in certain parts of play where I feel we could have influenced a little bit, and Koza Duberry putting us on equal terms again, and Burstow setting him up. I absolutely chuffed that we got Duberry on the permanent now. And then we conceded a penalty, VAR decision going against us, because VAR is in the Premier League now, and Vernon giving the lead back to Hull. So it's just like end-to-end game it was. Frustrating as they are, so that's definitely not a red card, that is penalty. That glitch and bug's still there. And then we were awarded our own penalty in the second half, and Duberry slotted it nicely straight down the middle, getting his second goal of the game. And like I say, so happy that we brought him on a permanent now, and he's our player to develop. I'm using him as a bit of a backup to Jurasek, but he is so good. He's good as a backup option. And there was a game against Chelsea. We've held our own. They had a man sent off, so that gives us more of an advantage. And I think, yeah, we do. We come away with. I'll let you see it. I won't try and spoil it at all. But like I say, grabbing wins where we can, and Duberry again, third goal in 2 games, and gives us a nice 1-0 finish against Chelsea in the last 4 minutes of the game. So where I thought we were going to get a draw, we ended up with a win and 3 points, which is great. And then we're into the Carabao Cup 4th round against Everton. Everton high flying in the Premier League, so I thought we were going to get battered in this game. And Per Harris putting us 1 goal to the good. As I say, I like to use the backup options in the Carabao Cup just to give them a bit of a run around and let them know that I still care about them, because I do. Squad rotation is one of my things. You've probably guessed by now with the amount of episodes that I'm doing. I like to rotate. I like to have good players all around just in case there's ever an injury or someone gets a bit unhappy or someone's dropped in form. I've got someone that's just as good to replace them. So that is my thinking. That is how I play this game, and I have so much fun doing it as well, because I always use the comparison part where I'm looking in terms of scouting and trying to see who I can get similar or better players. And then Per Harris again reminded me why he was in such good form at the end of last season and getting his 2nd goal as well. And Burstow, like I say, as a target forward, just brings everybody into play, holds up the ball and gets lots of assists, which is great. That's what you want from a target forward. And Hegebo can do just as good, if not better, in terms of that role. Like I say, if we can get a good cup run going, I'll be really happy, because each time we always come up to like the 4th or 5th round and then we get knocked out by a really good team. I think Liverpool have knocked us out twice. Don't think we've actually had an early doors exit, which is good, so I haven't had an embarrassment. I've always feel like we've met the target that the board have set us in terms of the cup runs, but having a good cup run, I think, whilst we're in the Premier League will be helpful, because it'll keep everybody's spirits high. Don't let the confidence knock down, and then it's nice because you get a bit of money, but having a good cup run also puts bums on seats in the stadiums, which gives us that ticket income as well. And a lovely goal from Per Harris, who's absolutely on one. There's no stopping him when he starts scoring. Doing a nice little jig, and yes, nice and comfortable, plain sailing. I say plain sailing. Everton are not, they're not an easy team to beat. So, like I say, they are high flying at the moment. They are challenging Manchester City in the top 2 spaces of the Premier League. So I was just as surprised to get a nice decent result from them. So it was probably not their strongest team, but they've still got some decent players. And then, I don't know what Sam Tickle was doing there. Again, like I say, some really weird keeper match engine stuff going on. But we won that, and we made it through to the Carabao Cup 5th round. And we play Wrexham next in the Premier League. And look at that. What a goal. It's one of those where you just literally got to admire it. I've had a few of those now where there's just no stopping a shot like that, is there? You just literally got to admire it. But I was frustrated at the same time, because this is a must-win game. Wrexham are at the bottom of the table, 1 draw, no wins, a lot of losses. So I felt that we had to beat them, because I'd be totally embarrassed if we were the only team to lose to them in the season where everyone else has managed to beat them. It's just, it'd be shameful, wouldn't it? And I think that's the way it's going. And I saw Tyrese Dolan scoring against us, and it was like, oh, he used to be one of our youth players and a player, so he's come back to haunt us, unfortunately, and give Wrexham the 2-0 lead that they, I think they deserved in the whole match, to be fair, because they were all over us. Obviously looking for that first win of theirs, because otherwise the Premier League will be a long, horrible season for them. So against a promoted side, it was probably their chance to get something. That's my thinking. That's what I keep telling myself anyway. We do eventually get one back. which is good. And it's good to be scoring as well, because that's what we don't want either, is a goal drought on some of the strikers. That's when confidence starts to get knocked. People start going against them. It's horrible. And there's no what was the where you used to put friendlies back in the older versions of Football Manager. You put friendlies against easy teams, put your striker on, and he'd score loads of goals and get the confidence back. Yeah, there's none of that anymore. So it's literally like trying to stray away from that as much as you can. And we did lose against Wrexham, unfortunately, which is a bit frustrating. But overall, we're still sitting comfortably, and you can't win them all either, can you? And I put a friendly on, like I say, against Coventry, which we won 4-0, and Galatasaray beat us 3-2 in the dying minutes of that friendly, and Leroy Sané grabbing a goal for them as well. And then 2-2 against Hull, 1-0, 3-1, 2-1. So we've got Man City next, Everton and Leeds. Big games, big games, especially Man City, who are first in the league. Everton around the top, and then Leeds is obviously the Yorkshire-Lancashire derby, War of the Roses. And then we got Newcastle, Fulham, Nottingham Forest, Bournemouth, Liverpool, Brentford, and Crystal Palace. And we got Bournemouth in the quarter-final. So we've made the quarter-final of the Carabao Cup, which is great. We've not got that far before, so like I say, a good cup run will help us there. We're sitting nice and comfortably after 10 games in 10th, so mid-table, 14 goals for, 12 against, and I'm really happy with where we're sat. 4 wins, I think we'll be alright. I'm hoping we'll be alright. It'll be good to see where we do end up at the end of the season, but at the moment I'm not too worried. We've got good form. Well, we had good form. We've lost quite a few this time, so hopefully we can encourage the guys to get some more wins or some draws at least. That'll be my aim. And let's have a look here. We were previewed 18th, so to actually be above that at the moment is fantastic in itself. And let's have a look at all the players. Absolutely playing their hearts out, especially their defensive 4, all in greens apart from Kabar. Thierry Small is normally starting a lot, so he's the other green. Like I say, there's some really good goals and assist numbers there between all of the team. Happy with that. I can't fault them at all. Like I say, keep rotating them. People are wanting to go. I think Bafus is starting to get a bit itchy because he's not playing, but that's fine. If people want to go, they can go, and I can bring people in anyway. He is wanted by a couple of clubs, but that's fine. And I've got 84k left on the wage budget, so I can adjust that if needed. Or bring in some loans. Espanyol want Jamie McDonnell. Fulham want Thierry Small, which I think I may get rid of in the future. And then, like I say, he wants to start more games, but he's wanted by Saudi Arabian team, so maybe it's something that I can get a little bit of money out of. I don't think the Saudi cheats there like it was in 24, where they'd offer loads of money. And then also have a look at some of my loan players. Yannick Wagner is having a stormer of a season again with Rotherham. He's had good League 2 season, and now he's having a good League 1 season where they've just been promoted. So this might be a person to keep an eye on and keep developing, because he might make me some money. And Ben Nink, Tyler Watkins as well, he's down in 6.41, but he's one of our own, so we'll keep giving him what he needs. What else? Yeah, so lots of fixtures coming up in mid-table, which I'm really happy with. And we'll need to put another friendly in, I think, there, because we've got a week's gap, and I want people to have fresh legs for the Everton game. So it might be worth actually having a look at a team that we can put a friendly against, shall we? Let's have a look. Let's arrange a friendly for the 13th. And let's see what team we can bring to Deepdale, shall we? Normally do larger teams. We've already played Arsenal, Chelsea in the past, and play them in the Premier League. Ooh, Roma, Borussia Dortmund we've played before, Frankfurt, Porto we've played before, Fenerbahce and Galatasaray and Leipzig. I reckon we go with an Italian team. Let's go with AS Roma and see if they accept. They're a decent side in the Italian league, so that'll be good for us. Good test. So thank you for watching. I'll cover off December in the next episode. Thanks again. See you next time. Stay cheeky.